to being a person involved in the extension program, you're also a person who is familiar with some of the problems encountered by some of the farmers, small farmers and disadvantaged farmers and et cetera. Let's look at some of those areas and to talk about what the extension program at Tennessee State University is doing that is similar to what other extension programs are doing and that might be different from what other extension programs are doing.
Okay, there are many problems with small farmers. Most of the small farmers are part-time farmers. Farming is so expensive and so risky to go into until most of your small farmers or limited resource farmers cannot afford to go into farming.
You use that word limited resource farmers. Exactly, and I think she used it as well. Exactly what do you mean? Describe a...
limited resource farmer is a small farmer farming on a small scale. Part-time farmer, really. They can't afford to really go full-time because they don't have the resources. And so these are the farmers that we consider the limited resource farmers.
Now, farmers who are part-time farmers are generally people, as you indicated, who are part-time, but now they've got another job that, well, why is it that they continue to farm? I mean, do they find it more profitable not to farm or to work full-time? What's the situation with part-time farmers?
It serves as a second income for a limited resource person. It can bring in quite a bit of income as a second income.
As a second income,
right. But not enough for the primary income.
Now, you talked about some of the expenses that are involved in the whole farming operation. Now, these expenses apply not only to minority farmers, but generally small farmers in general, do they not?
Well, it also applies to the large farmers, but if your equipment is so expensive until you really have to go big if you plan to go at it full time. So for that reason, a lot of the farmers will choose to stay small and find an outside job.
Now, that means the land and the equipment and everything that will have to be, well, now, it does appear to me that under that situation, we would have a large number of small farmers or limited resource farmers who are really hurting, are they not? I mean,
they are hurting. We have don't have as many young farmers going into it. The small farmers, they're just not interested in farming. Most of our farmers will average an age of about at least 55 and over.
Now,
so what's really concerning us is what will it be like 20 years from now? We'll find it hard to find the younger farmers to work with. So what we're trying to do is to encourage more young farmers more young people to go into farming. If this doesn't happen, I don't know, we'll probably soon run out of small farmers.
Well, now, are there any financial incentives that you know of that could encourage young persons to become involved in farming now? I mean, what are some of the things that people are offering young people to become involved in the farming profession?
Okay, we have a spatial program partly funded by Tennessee Valley Authority. We can encourage farmers to grow maybe just a few acres by providing free seeds and fertilizer, lime, not a lot of equipment, but we use this as a tool to influence young people to go into farming and try to make a few dollars.
Now, these persons should already have their land. Is that it? Because I would imagine land is probably one of the most expensive items in dealing with farming, is it not?
Okay, land is so expensive until if the land is not already available, it's almost impossible for a small farmer a limited resource person to go into farming because of the expense of going into it. The land plus the equipment makes it almost impossible for a person to start from scratch.
Well, I would imagine, Dr. Sanders, that would make it quite bleak, not only for farmers, but for farm families, period. What's the status of farm families? For example, I know, when we talk about part-time farmers and people working on the farm and in the town and et cetera, what impact does this have upon the farm family? and what are you doing in terms of the programs that you're trying to develop at Tennessee State University to deal with this problem?
Certainly there's a great impact on the farm families, those in the rural areas, because years ago you found that the ladies, the homemakers, were able to stay at home and they lived farm lives. But because of the way the economy is this day and time, many mothers or wives have to leave the home and go out into the workplace. So that means that there's a strain on the family arrangement, because those people, those mothers, were in the home to adequately train and take care of the children, whereas now many of the children are left there to take care of themselves. And this also leans toward deviant behavior, whereas those children who once had parental supervision are without the supervision. And not only that, you find that many of the younger children, the teenagers who are in high school, also have to take up part-time work in order to help parents to make ends meet. And furthermore, you are confronted this day and time with many single-parent families, whereas several decades ago you had both the father and the mother, but having the single-parent families this day and time really eliminates almost that farm family setting that we were used to seeing 20 and 30 years ago.
Now, after what you've said, Dr. Sanders,